So in more preparation to get the thing to, for its final assembly, I need to build some sort of control panel or something to hold all the electrics. Right, so here's this speed controller is the one that's going to control the motor. And then inside this project box, which is 2.5 inches deep and 8 by 8 maybe, inside here is going to be the Arduino and probably a small lithium battery to run the steering. I can't fit the charge controllers in here for the battery, but the flight controller, the radio receiver, all that kind of stuff is hopefully going to fit in here. And then on this box, I have a watt meter. It's a amp, volt, and watt meter and amp hour use meter. Of course, a battery shut-off switch, right? So this is going to a positive shut-off of the battery. I wanted it to be someplace up and really vivid, and so you'd have to look for it. You knew exactly where it was. Front and center was kind of the important thing for this. And then underneath here is some of the heavy wiring I've done already. So this is the plug I have in the battery box. So this is the 48 volts coming in. This is a shunt, right? This is a predetermined amount of resistance, and it measures there's a meter. Actually, this watt meter on top, the amp and volt meter on top. This is measuring the voltage drop across a predetermined resistance, and that will give you how many amps is running through here, right? So this is the shunt that it doesn't cut down on the amount of. Well, there's a little bit of resistance, but not much compared to what the rest of the machine's going to be taking. And then, but that specified, this is 100 amps for a 75 millivolt drop across here. I have another shunt that's 300. So you can use the same gauge, you just change the units, but you can change the amount of how much it washes by changing the size or the current of that shunt. So 48 volts coming in, gets measured by the shunt, goes up to the battery switch, back down, and then these leads go off here to the speed controller, and they're powering the speed controller. There's all of this has to be installed someplace. I think this is the kind of the primary side wiring for the speed controller to turn it on and all that kind of stuff. I'm probably going to try to mount it inside this box someplace. Maybe put a switch on the side where this turns the battery power on, but this turns the speed controller on, so that you have several levels of safety. You can have the battery on so you can check for one thing, get the GPS fired up, but the travel isn't going to work until you flick the switch for the travel or something. I have all kinds of ideas I want to use. Because I have the Arduino inside, I can do things like have it watch for the signal from a remote control radio and don't turn the power on to this until it sees it or something. So that you can't power this up without the radio turned on or something like that. I don't know. But because of the Arduino, I can put lots of stuff in here. The inside of this box, I don't want to tear it off. It's taped on right now. But I can fit a bit of stuff in here. And that leaves the front of it for other things like all the chargers, and because I need to charge 24 volts, I need to charge 48 volts and I need to charge 12 volts. I'm probably going to put that solar panel on the front. There's going to be room and everything for it, but it's going to look a little bit ugly. And until then, I want to just be able to plug the thing in, have everything charged back up. So the battery I'm going to use is a lithium polymer battery for my other drone hobby I used to have, and this is the charger for it. So this charger is a bit bulky and I don't know if I want to carry this thing around. I could take it apart and see how much is inside it, but like I did with the other one, and I got a feeling it's kind of just about the size of the inside of the box, just not very dense. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I have a 12 to 24 volt converter. I don't think that would be a good way to keep the battery charged. The battery really wants like 13.5 volts, and that thing is a constant 12. So the battery would never really charge up. And I don't think that 10 amps from that thing, that's not a reliable 10 amps. I think it wouldn't have the, if the steering stalled a little bit, I could easily see it blowing up. I'd rather have the steering running off a battery. How to charge that battery? Well, we'll figure that out.